Alright, what's going on, everyone? I think my intro loop didn't, or my intro video didn't loop, which is awkward. Cause I just saw it go into the black screen. It's like, wait, it's not supposed to do that. I swear I've told it to loop. But anyways, Deep, I just saw your message. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully it goes well. I'm gonna be doing this all on the controller because it is stupidly hot in here, and yeah, I'm just not feeling it with the wheel, with it being so hot. So for tonight's stream, I'm just gonna do the time trial challenges on the controller. That way I don't have to sweat as much on the play seat. And hopefully this is a tad bit easier. Famous last words. Like at least for this one, all I care about is getting a decent goal time, and then I can just call it a day. So you're just gonna try to be really careful. It only took me about a while to realize that we're on the racing medium tires. I don't know why when I saw the laptop challenge go out, I thought I saw sports medium tires until I took a closer look last night, and I was like, oh wait, it's actually racing medium tires, which yeah, you don't really ever see for these kind of cars. I also need to bring the phone a little bit closer, so give me just a moment. Alright. Shalyn, hopefully I'm saying your name right. How's it going? We're just here just doing the old, well, at this point it's going to be the old laptop challenge because I didn't get a chance to take a stab at it last week. And we'll be doing this one as we wait for the new laptop challenge to drop, which should go live in a little under an hour and a half from now. So hopefully that's another good one. I don't know. I remember the days when it was possible. Oh, that's late. That's very late. I remember the days when it was possible to see the new laptop challenges like quite a bit in advance. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think it was like a thing for probably like the first year or two of GT7. So sometimes you'd find out within minutes of the new laptop challenge dropping, but sometimes you find out well in advance. So you kind of had a bit of time to get ready for the new laptop challenge, especially if you knew that this is going to be like a difficult combo. But I don't remember exactly when, but they updated the API on their websites to where you couldn't do that anymore. I mean, it's still possible, but it's really hard to get that information now. Especially like the not the thumbnail, but like the banner that tells you the combination. Because I know there's a couple of people out there. I think there's a couple people out there where they know how to get into it, even though it's much more difficult now. But they don't share those details anymore because PD will do something about it, and they'll lose that access, and then they got to start all over again. And that was also how we'd often find out about what the new daily races will be. Because sometimes the details about it go live a few days beforehand, like usually on a Friday. So what some people would do with that information, they'd spend the entire weekend trying to get ready for the combination, so that way once the daily race goes live, you know, like the one that they like, then they can hit the ground running. But PD did not like that. I mean, yeah, they didn't like that. They didn't like that people were poking into their, I don't know, it's not servers, but like the API to try to get the new daily race or lifetime challenge combos out beforehand. Yeah, so then PD eventually changed that and made it a hell of a lot more difficult. And I think at this point it's like only like a very few people know how to get into it. And I can tell you this, I am not one of them. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do with that information anyways. Be like, hey, I mean, yeah, I could probably share it. But other than that, like, it just, I don't know. I feel like it'd be a bit of a waste of time for me. The one thing I'm not a big fan of when it comes to Nürburgring GP is how much you gotta cheese a chicane. Is that gold time? My nose is really itchy. I'd be surprised if that's gold time. That is definitely that is definitely not gold time. I need a. No, I'm gonna go for maybe 203. If I can do it. I need to send it a hell of a lot harder. Do I have brake balance adjustable? We do not. Okay. Alright, I gotta find 3 more seconds. Come on. Also got to be careful with what's it like turn 4. There's like a very specific area where even though you're within the game's track limits, there's like a very specific area where it's actually possible to get your left turn invalidated. Let's see. Where am I going to find those 3 seconds? Not gonna lie, this doesn't feel too bad on the controller. Damn, I just had to hit that stupid bollard. Just gonna see what time this could have been. Well, that would have been close to the goal time. 2:04.2. Go Mario, hopefully I'm saying your name right. How's it going? Welcome to the stream where I'm playing a bit of catch up with the soon to be old lap time challenge because I wasn't able to get to it last week. And while I do this one, I'm just going to wait around, see what the new lap time challenge is, and try to do a couple laps before it is time to go to bed. And for tonight's stream, I am on the controller because it is way too hot in here to get the wheel out. So it's going to do this all on the controller and hope for the best. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. I just gotta work on this braking zone because I feel like I'm braking just a little too early. That felt a little better. I just gotta work on my throttle getting out of that turn. But hey, if I can get to 203, then I'll be happy. That was way too late on the brakes. Hunter, how's it going on the Opal? Oh gosh, is it that? I didn't pay too much attention to it, but it's that one Hot Wheels, the one that looks like a Hot Wheels, because that's what I think about it. Because it looks like a Hot Wheels. I'm gonna put, what do you call it? I'm gonna put an Accelerator's livery on it. Also, I forgot to read the other message. Yeah, I can already tell that, like at the Schumacher S and the final chicane, like it, at least on the controller, it definitely does feel a bit clunky. So that's gonna be a bit of a fun problem to deal with. I can short shift. You know what? Speaking of short shift, I gotta find out exactly where to shift. That's one thing I keep forgetting to do. Hey, that's gold. Ooh, I can shift really early. I'm probably losing a boatload of time. So what is that? 858,757, probably 7,000 RPM. Let me see. So what's that going to be like as soon as the red stuff starts to appear? I'm going to go with that. Do you think down the line we'll get Opel race cars? Honestly, I really hope so. Although I personally don't know too much about Opels. But if we do get the race car, then I'm all for it. Hopefully it's not another crossover. Especially another crossover that we can barely customize and barely soup up. Halfway? Okay, halfway. I'll shift halfway. Sweet. Thank you for the heads up. That was a little rough. Like, I swear, when I saw the front of the Opel, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember the name of the... There's like a very specific Hot Wheels car that it reminded me of. Like, after this lap, I'll look it up because it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, that was way too late. Screw it, we'll just do it like this. Oh, the understeer is terrible. Feels super clunky today on the controller. Now I was early on the brakes. Could have been better, but we'll just keep going. Hopefully it's a low 204. The only thing is that fifth gear feels way too long. Oh, that was really terrible chicane. That was a terrible time. That was actually much slower. Okay. I gotta see. Hold on. I gotta see if I can find a picture of it. Because it's on the tip of my tongue. Let's see. Give me a moment. So, what was it? What was it called? Was it just the Opel Vision Gran Turismo? Yeah, Opel Vision Gran Turismo. Like, okay, because I remember someone on Twitter. Let's see. Where's open image in new tab? And then, oh, okay. I remember the name of the car now. Like, you're probably not going to really see it, but to me, like, when I saw... Actually, it's like just a little bit, though. I think it's like the headlights that reminded me of... Maybe it's not a good comparison. Yeah, it's not... Okay, it's not the greatest comparison, but, like... When I saw the front of the Opel, it reminded me of the Overboard 454, like the little Hot Wheels car. I think it was the headlights that reminded me of it, but there's probably a better car out there that reminds me of... it reminds me of. I just don't remember off the top of my head. I can say fourth before... Okay, so don't use fifth gear. Got it. Holland, thank you. Thank you. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go on a little intermission. I'm not gonna go away, but I want to see. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Cause let me back out of this. Cause I want to show you guys something. So, the other week, I went to this little thing called Car Week. It was flipping awesome. And I want to show a few pictures that I took, because there were some pretty crazy cars that I spotted during my time over there. I was only there for a couple days. I was hoping I could be there for a little bit longer, but unfortunately some things got in the way, so I was only able to go for a few less days. Okay, I have the pictures right here. I just got to see how I can actually put it up. No, that's not it. Give me a moment. I don't use Streamlabs that often, so I am a bit of a dum-dum in trying to figure out how... Okay, oh, here you go. Add image to scene. Please enter the name of the source. I'm just gonna name this car image. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so I went to Car Week and it was pretty flippin' awesome. Let's see if I can get it pop up. Yes, it popped up. So while I was at Car Week, the first thing I did was I went over to this car auction house, and there was this cutie that was hanging out right here. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. Yes, this good boy was just hanging out there, and I barely found out about it. I think it's like a couple of days beforehand, because I was gonna go to Car Week anyways, but normally what I do, I just go run around like a doofus. And then I heard, oh yeah, this car's gonna be there, and I'm like, I gotta go see it. Yeah, very expensive set of wheels indeed. But the crazier part is that this is the 250 GTO that was scanned for Gran Turismo. So I think they put the chassis number like on that plate right there. I don't know if you can see it well on stream, but yeah. So this is the one that appeared in GT6 Sport and 7. And if I remember correctly, like I think this is the only one the only 250 GTO that Ferrari ever made in white. Yeah, so they had it there, and I was like, oh, that's really awesome. I gotta go see it. Yes, and then I only put up 5 pictures, but there's like more that I still need to process. So then, while in the meantime, when I kept running around. And I ended up coming across, because there's like a hotel like just down the street over there. So I was hanging out there for a while. And yes, I was hanging out over the like behind those trees in the background. There's like a really fancy hotel. So I was hanging out there for a while. And there was an I think there was like 2 F40s, a couple F50s. Reventon ended up appearing. There was 2 Chirons just parked next to each other, and then McLaren Senna popped up out of nowhere. And I was like, okay, that's a lot of fun. Now I got to go back to the car because I want to go drive around for a bit. So I come back, and this area, because I don't know if you guys see the cones, because this area is where they were offloading a whole bunch of Ferraris. So when I got back, they already unloaded the red SP3. And they were getting ready to unload the blue SP3, but behind me, there was 2 more. I don't know what they call, like the car carrier trucks. In there was a yellow LaFerrari, and there were 2 more SP3s. I think another one was red, and the other one was green. I think it was like a very dark green. I don't remember if I got a video of it, because like eventually, like it got so packed around this area, and like these guys were trying to unload the Ferraris because I think they were going to go to different car shows for the weekend. They ended up kicking all of us out. But I got a couple of videos of it, so it was really cool getting to see these, because I never got to see the SP3s last year, but I was really happy to see them this year. And then I think Friday was actually like the shortest time I was there, because I was honestly not feeling it, so I was only there for a little bit. But I went to this one area, and okay, there we go. I was about to say, why are you not loading? And this good boy was hanging out there. I know I'm supposed to be doing time trials, but I just want to show you guys a couple pictures of the cars I came across. Yeah, there was this freaking Sauber C9 just chilling out there. Because there was a what do you call it? They called it the Concours Village. So there was like a couple of like the higher end manufacturers or car brands just chilling out there, and they had a couple different cars in display. And on the one from Mercedes / AMG, the Sauber was hanging out there. They also had the, I think it was like the 300 SL that was there, if I remember correctly. It's already becoming a bit of a fuzzy memory because there's so much that happened, even though I was only there for a little bit. But yeah, this was there for a while. I didn't realize, but I think the turbos is like behind the panel where the number 61 is. Like, if I were to zoom in on it, I think like the turbo is like right behind that panel where the 61 is. I think, because I took a peek in like that area where the exhaust is, and there was like something big in there. I was like, ooh, I want to know what that is. Well, I might be wrong, but there was like something interesting, just chilling out there. But yeah, this was so nice to see, because I've only seen a couple of like the Group C cars. I think I've seen a couple Porsche 962s. Yeah, I think that's like the most common one I've seen. And then during, what was it, like the Monterey reunion, they had the 76MB driving around, so I got to see that driving around for a bit. But I've never gotten to see the Sauber C9s though. I was really happy to see it in person for the first time, because honestly, of the Group C cars, I think the Sauber is my favorite. At least of the ones in Gran Turismo, the Sauber is my favorite. Like, as much as I love the Nissan R92 CP, I'm sorry, but I think the Sauber takes takes a cake for me. And then I went to Laguna Seca, and they had this good boy hanging out there as well. So this, let me just try to get this a bit better. Here we go. That's a little better. Yeah. So they ended up having like a whole row of the historic F1 cars. There was an Honda RE272 there. There was the Mercedes W196 there. There was a whole bunch of other Formula 1 cars that I honestly cannot even remember for the life of me, because I'm not a big F1 person. But when I see a McLaren MP44 like this one here, I'm sure as hell going to take pictures of it. I think this one was processed. Yeah, because I think you can barely see the name over here. Yeah, you can see the like that little, I don't even know what that's called, like the little loopy thing. You can see Prost's name on there. So that was his car. I think they had the McLaren MP47 a couple cars down that belonged to Senna. But yeah, it was really cool to see this one, because I've seen Senna's MP44, and now I got to see Prost's MP44. So that was really cool to see. And then last but not least, before I go back to time trialing, you're not going to believe this, and I was in shock when I saw it. It was another 250 GTO. Because in the Laguna Seca paddocks, like it's actually kind of crazy how much they let you walk around the paddocks, and they let you get really up close and personal with the cars, unless if the people are working on the cars, and they tell you don't walk or like don't get too close. But like when I saw this one, like this one was just parked there, and I was getting ready to walk up the hill to the corkscrew, because I went with my dad and he was up there. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the corkscrew and hang out with my dad. And I look down the aisle and I see this car, and I'm like, is that what I think it is? I just go over to it, completely ignoring the Gordon Murray that was to the left, and like some crazy wide body Porsche. Completely ignored those cars, and I just went straight to this to this GTO, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I don't think I've ever stood so close to one of these cars, So I was nervous as hell standing right next to it, but I was just like, oh my goodness, like this is probably the only time I'm ever gonna be able to like stand inches from one of these cars. And yeah, and I was just taking like a really good look at it. And yeah, it was so cool to see it like not just close and personal, but like really close and personal. Like I was probably, I could pretty much just touch the car, like, or I could just like give the car like a big hug. But yeah, I was so happy to see this thing. I never thought I'd see it just like out in the wild, but this one was out in the wild. Just don't scratch it. Oh yeah, I was trying to be really. Oh shit, let me lower the volume because I noticed I keep peaking. Oh yeah, I was definitely trying to be really careful around this car. Like, yeah, I wanted to make sure that I didn't get into the headlines for being the idiot that scratches a $50 million car. Actually, that one's probably worth even more, which is the scarier part. Because I think if I remember correctly, like that specific 250 GTO, I think it got second at the 24-hour Le Mans. Like this, I was looking it up because I was curious, like about its chassis number and all that stuff. Like that I have its web page right here, but like this specific one, it won the 500 kilometers of Spa. He got first in class, second overall at the 24-hour Le Mans, first overall at Zolder, first in class, third overall at 12 hours of Trophy de Reims. Actually had a pretty short racing career before it started trading hands, but even though it had like a short racing career, like this thing did some serious work. Like I'm generally a bit terrified to know how much it costs. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait like God knows how many years before it gets auctioned off or sold. But yeah, but the one, I think the white one, that one's the one I'm really curious about as well, because I really want to know like how much value it adds for it being like the only 250 GTO that came out in white. Like I'm sure that has to add some value to it. I just don't know how much. It's almost like if it's a shiny. Because what were like the colors that it also came out in? Like it was like red and silver, and I think that was it. But that was the only one that ever came out in white. I don't know. All I know is that that 250 GTO, the white one, is going to get auctioned off in January of next year. So once we get to that time, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it to see how much it gets sold for. I'm just really happy I got to see two of those things during Car Week. Honestly, I feel like I hit the jackpot in terms of like finding the unicorn cars. Because leading up towards Car Week, like I was trying to figure out, I was like, hey, what's like the unicorn car? What's the car to be on the lookout for? But I never heard it. Hold on. I never heard anything. Like usually I would find out Like if there's like a car to be on the lookout for. But I didn't hear anything this year, which honestly just feels extremely strange. Just gotta try to be really careful here. Damn it. Like I'm trying to think of like what other crazy cars I spotted, because I know the Reverend Tom without that was a pretty good find. There was I think it was a Sesto Elemento. There was one that was roaming around, but I never got to see it. I did see a McLaren Elva, which was a pretty funny find, because I was getting ready to go home and I was on a particular route when I saw the Elva just parked there, and like there's like a bunch of photographers there as well. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go check it out. And I just see the thing and I'm like, what in the world is that? I was like, okay, I'll stick around and get a couple pictures of it. This car responds well to CSA. Do I want to turn that on, or am I too lazy? As tempting as it is, I am a bit on the lazy side. I mean, not gonna lie, it actually feels a bit easy to counter steer with the controller. I have a much easier I cannot talk. I have a much easier time catching the car on the controller. That was a bit scary. On the wheel? No, not today. Oh, I forgot it. Why did I do that? Normally I would be on the wheel, but honestly, it's too damn hot in here to be on the wheel, so I was like, yeah, I'll just be on the controller. Like, it's cooler outside, but it's like the heat doesn't want to exit the house. Like I have both of the windows open all the way, and the heat is just hanging out in here. Like it's honestly disgusting. Like I can already tell that I'm gonna have a very hot night, and unfortunately, it's not in the good way. I'm going to be sweating as I try to sleep. Gonna have the fan on blast. Come on, there we go. Oh, I yearn for the day I get a place where I could put an AC and stay nice and cold all day and night long. And actually have enough room to like have a bed. This room is too damn tiny for a bed. That was way too late. That was such a terrible final chicane. It actually improved my time, but that's still terrible. Got an idea? I unfortunately don't. Like, I would love to know what the new time trial is, but I don't. I remember those days where you're able to find out quite a bit of time in advance. But gone are those days. And that makes me sad. I keep over revving it. Come on, turn. Let's see. Gotta brake a little bit earlier this time around. Yeah, that was terrible. I braked way too early. Oh, I got a message. Hold on a moment. Okay, never mind. Luckily, we still have, what's it, 45 minutes to try to improve my time a bit more. Honestly, I'm already excited for Car Week 2026. I'm hoping I can go to more places next year. Cause honestly, this year I didn't go to as many places. Yeah, like I mostly spend my time just in, like in one general area. Like I probably would have done that if I went Wednesday as well, but because as stuff come up on Wednesday, I couldn't go to Car Week on Wednesday. So that kind of threw all my plans into like that threw a wrench into the works. So I had to figure out what I wanted to do. Because I knew I wasn't going to be able to visit everything that I originally wanted to visit. maybe next year. Because I've heard a couple spots were really lit, a bit too lit, that the police got involved. Like, there's an In-N-Out over in the Monterey area, and apparently that's like a really big hangout for some crazy cars to show up, like in the later hours during car week. But I guess everyone knew about it last year or this year, so it got so crowded that the police had to show up and shut it down. They had to tell everyone to go home. Yeah, but that's what I heard. I was never there that late during car week, so I didn't get to see it firsthand, but I saw some people post videos about it. And as far as I know, I don't think anyone was doing anything bad. I think it's just that it just got really crowded. And it got so crowded that someone had to call the police and be like, yeah, this place is getting a little too rowdy. Tell them to go home. That's better. Ooh, good luck in your meeting, Mario. Thanks for stopping by. I shifted way too early. I keep forgetting that I'm not supposed to use third gear. Oh my goodness, that could have been it. Just trying to catch up on the messages. Come on, that 203 is waiting for me. You know what sucks is that we're in the middle of a kind of nasty heat wave. So it's gonna be similar tomorrow, where it's just gonna be disgustingly hot in here. Like the house is gonna heat up in the middle of the day, and it's gonna take about 10 million years for the house to cool down. And by the time the house cools down, it's already getting hot again. Which is why I already kind of regret. I'm already regretting tomorrow's stream, because I know I'm going to be sweating a lot. Just gonna have the fan on full blast and hope for the best. Because I want to see, for the new lifting challenge, I want to see if I can try to live stream myself getting a much better lap time and use that for the lap guide. Which, I'm going to be honest, I'm not feeling too confident about, because it's going to be so hot. I'm going to be cranky. I'm not going to be in a good mood. I was really late on the brakes. Those are some pretty terrible turns, but we're just gonna keep going. That was a bit risky. I feel like that was a bit early on the brakes. But we somehow made it through. Damn. I thought that was a 203, but that was a bit sloppy, especially towards the end. It got a bit sloppy. Still got a little over 30 minutes left for the new left-turn challenge, so we're doing good over here. I just gotta clear out 2 more tents and we'll be good. A little bit of counter steering right there. Car was getting a bit tail happy. Okay, not too bad so far. And I ended up getting a bit of understeer right there. Okay, now all I gotta do is just not mess up at the final chicane and the final turn, and then we should be good to go. That was a bit sloppy. Also a bit sloppy. Yay! I got what I wanted. I said I was coming here for a 203 and I got what I wanted. I think that should be okay. I think that should be okay to where I can ignore this left-turn challenge for the next week and come home with a safe gold. I think. I mean, luckily we still got... The cables were getting mixed up. I mean, luckily we still got about half an hour left. So I can't just go back and just try to improve on this. But I do want to check on the other one first, just in case if for some reason I need to go back. should be good with this one. Yeah, I don't have to worry about this one. This one, I think I should be fine staying with the high 203, but we still got some time to kill, so I'm just going to go back to this one. It is so hot in here. It's not even funny. Oh man, it's 11:30 and I'm already getting a little sleepy. I generally don't know how I was still able to stay within track limits. I think I was really lucky. Okay, that time, this corner felt pretty good. Now I just got to bring it home. Jesus Christ, my car went flying to the heavens right there. That was barely an improvement. It was like just under a 10th. That's definitely not going to work. What I hope is that whatever the next lap time challenge is, I hope it's controller friendly. I mean, I'm not going to whip out the wheel, but if it's controller friendly, then I'll have more reasons to stay on it and not melt with the wheel, because I know the wheel tends to heat up the room pretty quickly. No! Oh, that's awkward. That reminds me. I gotta do this first. Honestly, I think it was going good, and then I just had to ruin it. I want my ghost. Probably get a 0.6. Jesus Christ, the car just had to step out right there. That was a little better. Just barely. Barely saved it. No, that just had to be it. I sent it too hard at the first part of the chicane. Just barely went off track. See if I can improve just a little bit more. That was a much cleaner turn right there. That was such a bad turn. Like, Jesus Christ, why are you understeering now? What sucks is I had a good lap going in, and then the car's like, no, I don't feel like turning. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep going. Never mind, I'm gonna restart. Still got a little over 20 minutes left until the new lap time challenge. So there's still a little bit of time to try to improve on this ghost. my god, the car just had to step out just a little bit. And then I caught it at the worst time. Oh, this is gonna get a little frustrating now. Let's make this happen. At least a 237. That was not a good exit. Right behind my ghost. So it's probably like half of a tenth. Not anymore. I'm probably like a half a tenth behind the ghost now. I think I'm braking just a hair too early. I just gotta get good. Let's see. Yeah, that's terrible. Missed the apex of turn. What's it? Turn 2. Nice. That was actually a really good turn right there. That was such a bad turn. Alright, now I gotta send it just right for the final chicane. That was such a bad chicane. And that is why I really don't like Nürburgring GP. Because whenever we have to deal with that final chicane, there's always a lot of shenanigans going on. A lot of BS. If it was this chicane that we used, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But with this chicane, I have a lot of problems with it. There's still potential for me to catch up to the ghost, and hopefully I'm able to do it. I just gotta send it in just right at the final chicane. That was a little better. Honestly, I kind of just want to call it a night with this specific left hand challenge and just wait for the new one to show up, because I am not a fan of the final chicane. I really don't like it. I really don't like how you have to send it in like a crazy son of a gun. Actually, in the meantime, I'll just have a little background noise while we chill and wait for the new left hand challenge. I want to see if there's like any other pictures I took on the phone, because I took most of the pictures with the camera. Let me see. There's probably something I forgot, or that I just didn't upload. Well, most of the things I took with the phone were videos. I could probably do this one. I could do this one. I could do this one and this one. What else? What else can I do? Trying to see like what other pictures I can show you guys. Well, I can do this one, and this one, and this one. What else do I have? This one. Actually, I'll do this one. Yeah, these two. Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't take. I didn't go to them as many places as compared to the previous years during Car Week. Yeah, so let me get those uploaded. Meanwhile, I can show you guys these while we wait for the new laptop challenge to show up. So I just gotta re-add in the source. Actually, before I do that, I gotta get the pictures first. So it should be showing up. I believe it's these ones. So let me do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think that was it. Okay, and then let me just bring them on over to like a common place. So while we wait for the new lesson challenge, I can just tell you guys or show you guys these things. Where is image? Yes, add source. Name it car. And yeah, let's show the first one. Yes, I already showed the white 250 GTO. That was like early in the morning. To it, I don't have a clip of what traffic's like on the way to Monterey during Car Week. It is a freaking nightmare. I got stuck for an hour. So instead of showing up like right at 8, I ended up showing up to the auction house at 9 a.m. So I was a little upset about that. But anyways, yeah. So this is how crazy Car Week gets. There we go. Yeah, I was hanging out with these two Chirons. I think they're both Chiron Super Sports. There's another Chiron just behind this black one. So I was getting a couple pictures of it and a couple videos. And then a McLaren Senna just pulls up. And I think what they were trying to do, like they're trying to get pictures of their car with the Bugattis. But then someone came up from behind. So then they got back in the car and then they just left. But it was still just pretty cool just to see them hanging out with each other for a little bit. And then like literally a few minutes later, the owners of the Bugattis got in the cars and left. So just hearing those cars growl was sick. But yeah, here is another picture of the Bugattis. It's just really cool to just see them up close and personal. Yeah, I think I have a picture of the front of the Bugatti somewhere. I don't know if it's on my phone or on the camera, but I have a picture of the front of them before these two cars in front got in the way because, well, they wanted to park. One thing that was interesting was that in this parking lot there were a whole bunch of, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what they're called. Lamborghini Revoltos. Honestly, I thought they were rare, but they ended up popping up quite often to the point where I think that they're a bit more of a common car now. Anyways, so I'll show you the next picture. Yeah, so this was not too far from the parking lot. You can see that parking lot that was at in the background, a bit towards the left. But here there was an F40 in front, and then these two F50s were parked next to each other. So it was really cool just to see them together. And yeah, eventually, I think it was like a few minutes after I took this picture, that was when the Reventon showed up. So I took a quick video of it driving around this area before it went away, but eventually I found out that it went to the parking lot. So I was able to get some more pictures of it there. It was really cool to see these F50s in person. I think during car week I see F40s more often than F50s. But as far as I know, I think this year there was like a whole squad of F50s that were driving around together. So that's pretty interesting. Here is the... Yeah. Here's the... What was it? The Reventon that I saw driving around. And it parked nearby, so I was able to get some pictures of it up close and personal. Honestly, I think this car is really difficult to get good pictures of from the front because of the way it's angled. I felt like just trying to, like, if I were to look at it at one angle, it'll look awkward somewhere. So then I try to get another angle of it, and it looks awkward somewhere else. Yeah, I think the Reventon is like, I never thought I'd say this, but I think the Reventon is probably the most difficult car to get a good picture of, especially from the front because of the weird angles. Like even here, it kind of just looks awkward. Like, and then with the camera, I was trying to get some good angles of it, but it just wasn't easy. It wasn't easy without it looking awkward somewhere else. Here, okay, this one's interesting. So here we have a couple 6x6s. I think two of them are Brabus, but you can't see it that well from this photo. But apparently, this white 6x6 has a extremely rare license plate, which I don't know if you can see it. I have to like really zoom in. You can kind of start to see it where it has, because I think these cars got imported from, was it the UAE? So apparently this car, you can see it right there where its license plate, like on the left, it says, I think it says Saudi Arabia, and then like its main license plate only has the number 1 on it. Like you can kind of see it here, but apparently this license plate is so rare that it costs like $15 million. I don't know how true that is, because this was what I heard some people say, like when these cars showed up, that license plate was basically worth more than most, if not all, the cars that were in this immediate area. If it's true, that's insane, but yeah, I don't know how true it is. This is like something that I heard when these cars were passing by. But the new lifetime challenge is just about to go live, so let me show you one last picture. No, don't actually open the photo, you idiot. Go to OBS and open up this one. Yeah, so this is the Pagani Utopia, but this is not just any Pagani Utopia. This is Horatio Pagani's personal Utopia. And I didn't find this out until later that night, when there was like a video of him exiting the area. And yeah, so Horatio was in the area. I think he was like at some party or something that's just like a couple doors down. But his Pagani was parked in the street, and this is his Pagani. But I thought that was really cool to see. I just didn't know right away that was actually his car. But that's a couple more of the cars that I spotted during Car Week. If you ever have a chance to go to Monterey or Carmel for Car Week, I highly suggest you go, because it is the kind of cars that you see just driving around or parked is insanity. But that is another topic for another day, because we have the new lifetime challenge, which is right here. It is Dragon Truck Gardens with the Audi R8, not the Group 3 car, but the road going car. We're in the sports hard tires. Yeah, it's a fully stock Audi R8. So what I'm gonna do first, I am going to get a actually. Wait, because I happen to be on the computer mode. Let me upload this information to Twitter, because for those who don't know, let's see, hold on a moment, go to downloads. What I like to do is that when the lifetime challenges go live, I like to announce the combination on Twitter. I've been doing this for quite some time now. So let me just put this up. And then I can just come back to you guys. Alright, so I have a little bit of time to try to get used to this combination, which is probably not going to work that well because I'm on a controller, and then when I actually try to put in some decent times later today, it's going to be on the wheel. I need to also see its power band. Okay, you just drove it out. So first impression, this car is pretty understeery. Like, it feels like you have to really try to force this car to oversteer just so you can try to get it rotated around the corners. Even here, it just doesn't want to turn. Woody boy, how's it going? For those who don't know what the heck is going on, this is the brand new lifetime challenge at Dragon Truck Gardens, and it is with the Audi R8. And right now, my first impression is that this car loves to understeer. So you have to I mean, you have to like wrestle with it to try to get this thing to turn in. The brakes feel horrible. Like I thought the what was it, like the 09 Audi TT felt terrible to drive. This one's kind of up there. This one feels terrible to drive, which I never thought I'd say, but it feels pretty terrible to drive. Like it sounds decent, but it drives terrible. Like, yeah, this thing just... It just understeers like crazy. I'm gonna have to check the car and see if it came with the steering wheel. Yeah, and the brakes feel they're made out of sponge or something. Damo, how's it going? I mean, it's not like a nightmarish time trial. It just feels... I don't know how to word it. It doesn't feel that great. Which is honestly a shame because I thought this car was going to be like really fun to drive, but no, it just doesn't like to turn. And the brakes suck. It could also be because I'm on the controller. That is something to take into account. You have to try to force this car to turn in. Like, can you like turn for crying out loud? It just doesn't want to turn. I think it's like a MR four-wheel drive. Let me just check. Yeah, it is an auto drive with the engine in the middle of the car. But yeah, honestly, even though it says that this car weighs this much, even as weird as it's gonna sound, the other day I was driving around the Judge on comfort medium tires, and that thing turns better than this thing. And that car, I think that car weighs like, I think it weighs more. It weighs more than this car. And that thing has better turn in than this car. sorry. Jesus Christ, can you like turn? Can I cancel today's stream? Because I already know I'm not going to have a good time with this lifetime challenge. I think a lot of the cars have 1-1 as their roll bar setting. Honestly, it's quite shocking. Like, can you turn? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, you just don't turn. Man, it's 12:11 in the morning. I'm getting ready to crash out on this car. That was such a terrible chicane. Please turn. Just doesn't turn. It's horrifying. Honestly, I'm going to be around for just a few more minutes before I get ready for bed because I'm getting a little sleepy. Damn it. I'm starting to question where the twitchiness of the R Evo came from. Because I was thinking about that car, and I was like, yeah, that car was pretty twitchy. Is this one going to be twitchy? It's like this one's the complete opposite. This one's just It feels so heavy to drive. It just doesn't like to turn. And it doesn't like to brake. Like I think I was at full braking, and this thing just still wouldn't slow down. Jesus Christ, you just don't turn. Yeah, so if you decide to do this lap time challenge, you need to be really aware that this car does not like to turn. It does not like to slow down. The brakes feel like they're non-existent. Just like my hopes and dreams. And this car is going to be a good test of your patience. Because this car is going to do some silly things like understeer. That's going to make you pretty upset. Honestly, these feel worse than the comfort tires. Honestly, I'm tempted, Woody boy. Alright. Honestly, I'm getting pretty sleepy, so I might decide to call it a night here. But that was a pretty quick preview of the new Lap Time Challenge, which is the Audi R8 at Dragon Trail Gardens. This thing just... my verdict is that this thing does not like to turn. It does not like to brake. It's not going to be the funnest time. There are worse combinations out there. But this one is definitely not going to be a fun one for quite a few people. You have to really just let this car get it pointing where you want to go, and then just get on the throttle. And you have to brake really early. I kept overshooting my turns because I would think, oh yeah, this is a good braking zone. It's like, nope, you got to brake even earlier than that. Because the brakes on this R8 are rubbish. But anyways, other than that, excuse me, that's going to be it for the stream because I got to go to bed and get ready for work. Take care, everyone, and I shall see you guys in the next stream, which is later today, where I'm going to get on the wheel and try to see if I can get a banger time to make a lap guide out of it. But other than that, see y'all later.